Did you catch the recent surprise visit of Kate Middleton to the V&A East storehouse? That's right, the Princess of Wales herself, donned in a power suit that was all about authority and elegance, descended upon East London. But don't get your hopes up. The visit was as fleeting as a summer breeze, and as impactful as a whisper in the wind. The royal arrival was as you might expect. A flurry of anticipation, the air crackling with excitement. The elegant Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, emerged from her royal carriage, her power suit catching the light and turning heads. Now this was a suit that demanded attention. Tailored to perfection, it was a statement that said, "I'm here, and I'm ready to take charge." But with all the charm and grace that Kate carries, there was a minor stumble, a moment of vulnerability that made her seem, well, human. As she navigated her way through the museum, there was a brief fumble with her trousers. Was it a snagged heel, a tight hem? The mystery remains. But the real surprise, nobody seemed to notice, or perhaps nobody cared to. This unexpected visit, meant to be a dazzling spectacle, was surprisingly low-key. Kate's interactions with the museum staff were cordial, a quick chat about the artifacts here, a posed photo there, but nothing that would make the front pages. It was a royal visit that felt like a checkmark on a PR agenda, rather than a genuine engagement. The surprise visit came and went, and the reaction, or lack thereof, was perhaps more surprising than the visit itself. No gasps of surprise, no trending hashtags, not even a royal ripple through the nation's collective consciousness. It was, in all its royalty, a surprisingly forgettable affair. While the visit was a surprise, the reaction of the public was even more surprising. Perhaps next time, the power suits and surprise visits will need a bit more oomph, a bit more drama to truly catch the public's attention. Until then, we wait for the next royal surprise. Usually, a visit from Kate Middleton would make headlines, but not this time. The media, typically ravenous for royal updates, seemed oddly subdued. The Princess of Wales, in a power suit no less, visits a museum, and the media acts as though it's just another day at the office. There were no splashy headlines, no breathless recounting of her every move. Not even the fashion press, usually all too eager to dissect her choice of attire, seemed to care much about the suit that was clearly designed to make an impression. Even the tabloids, those notorious purveyors of royal gossip, seemed to have lost interest. Instead of the usual flurries of speculation and innuendo, there was barely a whisper. A brief mention of her visit here, a passing comment about her outfit there, but nothing that could be considered substantial coverage. Where were the think pieces about what her suit signifies, the listicles of her best museum looks, the in-depth analyses of her interaction with museum staff? And what about the stumble? Normally, a royal faux pas, no matter how minor, would be dissected from every angle, replayed in slow motion, and turned into a meme within hours. Yet this time, the stumble was treated with a collective shrug. It was as if everyone had agreed to pretend it didn't happen. Even social media, usually the first to jump on any royal misstep, seemed to be on a collective coffee break. There were no trending hashtags, no viral clips, no heated debates about whether her suit was a fashion hit or miss. It was like the world had suddenly decided to take a break from its obsession with the royals. This lack of media attention begs the question, why was this visit treated with such indifference? Was it simply a case of royal fatigue? Or is there something more going on here? Perhaps the public and the media are growing weary of these carefully choreographed PR stunts, or maybe they're just waiting for something more substantial to sink their teeth into. So, why did this visit not make the splash it usually would? Could this visit have been more about ticking a PR box than making a meaningful impact? One is left to ponder this question as we delve deeper into the Princess of Wales' unexpected appearance at the V&A East storehouse. This whole event, the power suit, the museum, it all feels like a well-curated PR maneuver, doesn't it? Let's pull back the royal curtain and examine the possibility that this visit was more of a public relations exercise than a spontaneous outing. The surprise visit, the choice of venue, the power suit, all of these elements seem to be meticulously planned to create a specific image, one of authority, of elegance, of a princess who is in touch with the common people. It's a PR classic. Place a high-profile figure in an everyday setting and voila, instant relatability. However, the question remains, did it work? Did it create the desired impact? The answer quite simply is no. The public's reaction, or lack thereof, speaks volumes. The awkward trouser fumble, which could have been a humanizing moment, barely registered a blip on the radar. The media, too, seemed unusually restrained in their coverage. Where were the breathless headlines, the viral clips, the social media frenzy? It's almost as if the very elements that were supposed to make the visit relatable, the surprise element, the suit, the stumble, ended up making it feel staged and inauthentic. The public, it seems, is not easily fooled. Perhaps the PR playbook needs a rethink. Maybe a museum visit just isn't enough to grab the public's attention anymore. Could it be time for the royals to take a leaf out of the celebrity playbook and get a little more creative with their public appearances? After all, in this day and age, authenticity is the name of the game. And right now, the PR moves are coming off as just that. Moves rather than genuine engagements with the public. Maybe a museum visit just isn't enough to grab the public's attention anymore. So, what does this mean for future royal visits? Well, let's mull over that for a moment, shall we? This recent visit by the Duchess to the V&A East Storehouse has given us a glimpse into what might be a shift in the royal PR strategy. But if we're being candid, it seems like they might have missed the mark this time. The lack of enthusiasm and public engagement following Kate's surprise visit signals that perhaps the royal PR team needs to rethink their approach. We are, after all, in an era where people crave authenticity and spontaneity. The tailored suits and stately museum visits, while undeniably elegant, may simply not be enough to captivate the public's attention. It's not about orchestrating a spectacle, it's about creating moments that resonate with people. Could it be time for the royals to trade in the traditional pomp and circumstance for something a bit more unexpected? Imagine Kate trading her power suit for a chef's apron and surprising a local school with a cooking lesson. Or how about Prince William strapping on a helmet and joining a neighbourhood football match? These might sound like radical ideas, but they're not. They're simply suggestions for how the royals can connect with the public on a more personal level. After all, who wouldn't want to see a future king scoring a goal, or the Duchess of Cambridge kneading dough with a group of star-struck children? These genuine, unscripted moments could be the key to breathing new life into the royal PR strategy. They provide an opportunity for the public to see the royals in a new light, and perhaps even to relate to them on a deeper level. It's clear that the same old tactics aren't cutting it anymore. The public wants more from their royals, and it's up to the PR team to deliver. So to answer our initial question, what does this mean for future royal visits? It seems like the royal PR team might need to go back to the drawing board. Let's recap what we've covered today. The Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, made an unanticipated appearance at the V&A East Storehouse in East London. She was dressed to command attention, sporting a stylish suit that epitomised both power and grace. Yet, amidst this display of regality, an awkward moment transpired as she struggled with her trousers. It was a moment of vulnerability, a reminder that even royals have their off days. However, the unexpected stumble didn't steal the spotlight or make the headlines. It came and went, unnoticed by the public and barely acknowledged by the media. The media, usually eager to chronicle every royal move and gesture, seemed to respond with a surprising lack of enthusiasm. The anticipated fanfare was replaced by a lukewarm reception, a telling reflection of a possible shift in public sentiment towards the royals. The visit, while it had all the trappings of a significant event, felt more like a routine PR exercise. A swift tour of the museum, a few posed photographs, a brief conversation about artifacts, and then it was over. The royal presence faded as quickly as it had appeared, leaving behind an air of indifference rather than the expected excitement. The lack of impact from this visit is noteworthy. It raises questions about the effectiveness of such surprise visits in the future and whether they will continue to hold any real significance. Perhaps a more dramatic event, like tripping over a dinosaur bone or knocking over a statue, might have garnered more attention. In summary, the power suits and unexpected visits by the royals may not be creating the intended impact. The public's interest in these royal visits appears to be changing, and it's clear that the royal PR strategies may need to adapt to this shift. It will be interesting to see how the royal PR team responds to this. Their next move might be more telling than any power suit or surprise visit.